Usually rank near the top when it comes to reasons couples divorce. So how do you avoid this pitfall to enjoy years of wedded bliss? Stewart Welch from the Welch Group joins us. He is not a marriage counselor, but he joins us now because he's got some helpful advice on resolving some of those financial conflicts. Good to see you this morning.
I have been married 38 years.
Yes, so you can speak from experience.
Well, I've hung in there. Or she's hung in there, it's more likely.
But you've got your 4 most common money problems in a marriage, along with some solutions to help get them on the right track. So let's talk about the problems first.
Number 1, poor communication. So it's still a taboo to talk about money in a lot of cases, and we find that couples don't talk about money. And so the solution is to just, if you know that this is a problem or going to be a problem or is a problem in divorce, set up periodic, pre-scheduled communications. So like maybe once a month you sit down, you and your spouse sit down and just like, we're going to go over the finances. What happened this last month? What's happening? What do we have going forward? And make it a safe place. Make it a place where you're not going to argue.
So communicating about where the money's going, what our financial goals are.
How much did we spend? Where did we overspend? What have we got coming up? Those kind of things.
I saw a story yesterday. Some couples keep in separate accounts. I don't. You advise against that or for it? Does it matter?
I think it depends on the couple. So I think separate accounts can work. Joint accounts can work. Well, I think the main thing is to kind of communicate your way through that, see what's going to work best for you.
All right, so problem number 2, no savings?
You're guaranteed to have problems if you don't have any money in the bank, because stuff's going to happen.
Right.
And when it does, somebody's going to get blamed. Either, the husband didn't put the money in, didn't save it, the wife spent the money, whatever that is, it's going to cause stress in a marriage. So the solution is you have to set up reserve accounts. And what I recommend, an easy way to do it, is to do automatic savings. Take about 2% of your pay and have it automatically going into a segregated account that's going to be an emergency account.
And probably once they see some of that growing, they start to get motivated and maybe even save some more. All right, so money secrets. Now, what do you mean by that as a problem?
Hiding money. You'd be surprised at how many.
Mason jars? What are you talking about?
No, it's hidden accounts. It could be in a mason jar, but there's a lot of people play kind of games with money.
Right.
And they'll actually hide money. And once it gets found out, that creates mistrust.
Right.
And that mistrust can easily spread to other areas in the marriage. So again, you can't do, if you've got that already set up, figure out how you're going to unwind it. You might not have to tell the story, but you figure out how you're going to unwind it.
All right, now this is probably something that should have been discussed maybe before you got married, but different money values.
Yeah, this is really tricky. I think about 80% of the couples that we work with are what I call a spender and a saver. One person's a big saver, one's a big spender. You can imagine how that creates problems. A simple solution, a simple solution for them is to set up automatic savings for some predetermined things that they can both agree on, whether that's retirement or a child's education or a down payment on a home, and then literally spend everything else. Just make sure you don't create any debt doing it.
Okay, and I know for a lot of folks that would be my boat. I need my boat.
Yeah, it could be, and work through that. You kind of work through that, find those compromises.
What is the final takeaway here for you?
Well, I think the final takeaway is if you want your marriage to do well, know that this is the common problem in marriages that don't do well. If you can solve these 4 solutions, then you're going to be well on your way.
All right, Stewart Welch, appreciate the info today. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, 7:39 now.